They don't put in extra work. They don't go above and beyond to hone their skills, improve their game. This is a club. This is a get-together. This is a player meet and greet. This is a hangout, and the WNBA is just where they choose to hang out. And the NBA and the owners within the league, they're funding this hangout.
The WNBA is facing a major challenge, not from ratings or viewership, but from a surprising pay gap. In a new upstart league, players average $220,000 after just 8 weeks, while one of the WNBA's biggest stars earns about $78,000 for an entire season. Now, top players are speaking out, sparking a conversation about pay, opportunities, and the league's future.
Can you feel the panic reverberating throughout the WNBA? WNBA players think they have leverage. Key word, think. Now, in their defense, they do have leverage in the short term.
Caitlin Clark has transformed the WNBA, drawing record crowds, breaking merchandise sales records, and bringing unprecedented attention and revenue to women's basketball.
I don't know what to believe from financials, but they got a lot of money backing them from TNT Sports and a lot of investors. And word has it that they came within $10 million of breaking even their first season. That's damn sight a lot. That's damn sight a lot better than the WNBA's done ever.
Despite her huge impact, Caitlin Clark's rookie deal was about $78,000, less than many G League bench players earn. In most cities, that's barely middle-class pay, and it highlights a system that undervalues its top talent instead of viewing them as partners in growing the sport.
Unrivaled will forever change the WNBA.
For sure.
And the way that they do business, the way that they treat their players, any agreement going forward. Unrivaled did things that were unprecedented, and I think it showed players their value, and players in that upcoming CBA are going to ask for everything, and I think that they're going to have to make something work if they want to see the product on TV.
Long-standing frustrations peaked at the 2025 All-Star Game, where players wore "Pay us what you owe us" shirts, and the crowd joined in chanting for better pay.
Actually stalled for a new collective bargaining agreement in the WNBA. For the first time ever, WNBA players think they have leverage. Key word, think. Now, in their defense, they do have leverage in the short term. The problem is, if this short-term leverage is used and the 2026 WNBA season is canceled, it could have devastating long-term impacts on pretend basketball.
Players opted out of their collective bargaining agreement, seeking higher salary caps and million-dollar contracts for top talent, even as the league reported a $40 million loss in its most high-profile season.
I'm wondering, will the WNBA get within $10 million this season? I kind of doubt it, considering Caitlin Clark's missed, 13, 14 games or something like that? We saw ticket prices plummeted. We know the ratings have gone down in games that she's not involved with, which has drove the ratings down across the league. So I don't know.
As the WNBA faced financial strain, a new off-season league called Unrivaled emerged, quickly proving women's basketball can be run as a lean and profitable business without relying on massive NBA subsidies.
In the All-Star Game, wearing "Pay us what you owe us" t-shirts, WNBA players whose salaries are subsidized by the NBA wear t-shirts declaring "Pay us what you owe us." They must have thought this was a great idea. Oh, folks, we're really going to stick it to the owners. We are really going to stick it to the league. We're going to walk out in solidarity with a t-shirt that says "Pay us what you owe us," and then they'll have no choice but to pay us what they owe us. Now, my question is, what exactly?
Unrivaled pays its players far more than the WNBA, averaging $220,000 for just 8 weeks, over triple a typical WNBA salary. Some stars earn in one season what would take years to make in the WNBA, highlighting a massive pay disparity.
That Paige Becker's 10-week commitment to Unrivaled, 10-week commitment, 10 weeks To Unrivaled, she will make more in that first year than she will in the WNBA, where she's only projected to make $78,000. And I know there's still some haters, some unbelievers mad that women decided to bet on themselves, make this startup that is already putting the foot on the gas, right? Already making the WNBA look bad. I understand that. And they're wondering how they're paying for it. Well, Unrivaled made $1 million in ticket sales this year. Unrivaled made over $1 million in merchandise sales this year. And that's not even counting like the jersey.
Unrivaled focuses on more than pay, treating athletes as valued partners. Players receive luxury housing, personal chefs, and an overall level of care rarely seen in the WNBA.
Brazil, the co-founder of the 3-on-3 Women's Basketball League, composed of exclusively WNBA players, told Front Office Sports that the league has signed nearly 90% of its player pool for the 2026 season. Quote, "We have a few spots left open to fill, and then we're pretty much ready to go."
Unrivaled offers benefits like full childcare, elite rehab facilities, and even a Sephora-sponsored suite for media events, freeing players from off-court stress and letting them focus fully on the game, with a level of respect and partnership the WNBA has rarely matched.
Been telling y'all this. The league doesn't like Unrivaled, but I'm tired of going back and forth with people that's no business would want you to work for them and then basically replicate their business and try to make it better and all that type of stuff. No business does that. So it baffles my mind how a lot of y'all sit back and think, oh, the WNBA loves Unrivaled. No, they don't.
While Unrivaled built a player-focused league, the WNBA faced criticism for not better protecting Caitlin Clark, who endured on-court cheap shots and public criticism from fellow players amid her rapid rise in popularity.
Continues to show that this league is where people want to be because they treat them right. They're providing the resources for them. They're promoting them the way they should be promoted. And that's what women's basketball players deserve. That's what women deserve. A lot of you may be wondering, well, why can Unrivaled do it and why can't the WNBA do it? The WNBA can do it, but you need to understand can and will and choose to are all different.
Caitlin Clark faced resentment from some in the WNBA who saw her as undeserving of the spotlight rather than a boost to the league. Critics say leadership failed to protect her, creating an image of division and missed opportunity.
Unrivaled is making moves. Unrivaled is making moves, and they making them in a major way, y'all. They are making moves in a major way. Unrivaled announced the signings of that. Look, they're going and getting the young, popping, upcoming talent. WNBA, y'all better figure something out. Y'all better figure something out. Unrivaled is making moves. We already see the players talking about they are willing to strike. They want what they want. Pay it, switch it, oh. Pay it, switch it, oh.
In a surprising twist, Unrivaled was co-founded by WNBA stars Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart, veterans who, after years of witnessing the league's shortcomings, set out to build something better themselves.
Now, the WNBA has allowed players to play in off-season leagues for however long because they know that they are not paying them high enough salaries. Now, the goal of all the WNBA players, including Nafisa and Stewie, which is why they started Unrivaled, is to be able to pay the players more, give them livable wages, make it so they didn't have to go overseas, and I commend them for that. I think that it's fantastic what they did with Unrivaled.
Unrivaled's creation was a clear vote of no confidence in the WNBA's model. Its founders, both star players, saw persistent issues, from low pay to poor travel, and chose to build a new league from the ground up rather than wait for change.
The NBA is still under this major umbrella of the NBA, and a lot of that affects the way they do things. As long as the WNBA is in this 360 deal with the NBA, you're not going to see them promoting their players, paying their players, all the things that Unrivaled is able to do because they don't have that.
Rumors suggest Unrivaled may expand to a full 5-on-5 format by 2027, with games in major NBA arenas and top stars like Caitlin Clark, Paige Buchers, and Angel Reese. Player departures from the WNBA have already begun, with Satou Sabally among those exploring new opportunities after experiencing Unrivaled's environment. Many athletes now see it as a better alternative, and the shift could reshape women's basketball entirely, that it's the first fissure in a dam that will soon break. The new league is assembling a devoted following, as roughly 90% of Unrivaled's player pool has already committed for the 2026 campaign. Every WNBA player that contracts with Unrivaled becomes a living, breathing spokesperson for everything that the WNBA lacks: player-centeredness, respect, and profitability. With their talent publicly flirting with a rival that provides a future they just cannot match, the WNBA front offices must be in a state of complete fear. What used to be a monopoly is now a struggle for existence. Additionally, the WNBA is currently losing. However, it's not only the money and benefits that should really scare the WNBA. The WNBA will never have a place at the table because of the one advantage Unrivaled provides. Unrivaled does more than merely compensate its participants. They're getting equity from it. Players are partners in the company's success because they have a stake in it. They are more than simply workers getting paid. They are proprietors constructing a future asset. The greatest checkmate move is this one. An offer so potent that it completely alters the professional sports landscape. When a player has the opportunity to co-own a new empire, why would they choose to be a cog in the WNBA machine? The WNBA is now in a tight position going into future contract talks as a result of this action. The league has responded to calls for more compensation in a straightforward manner for decades. We are unable to pay for it. However, Unrivaled has shown that to be untrue. They have shown that women's basketball players can be compensated fairly. The WNBA no longer has any justifications when they are seated across from the players' union. Negotiations are no longer conducted in a vacuum. The league they are bargaining against has already accomplished the unthinkable. In addition to creating a superior product, Unrivaled has psychologically disrupted the WNBA's whole business strategy. Dollar signs and sponsorship agreements are the written word on the wall. Constantly supported by subsidies, the WNBA is a 28-year-old experiment that has never been able to stand on its own 2 feet. Unmatched in less than a year has shown that women's basketball can be a profitable independent enterprise. They aren't pleading for favors. Media agreements of $100 million are being signed by them. In addition to a pay, they are providing players with equity, respect, and a share in a company that grows with their success rather than against it. No league could have asked for a better present than the WNBA. They wasted a transcendent talent who had the potential to change their sport for a generation by combining business ineptitude with venomous envy. The time is now running out. There won't be a revolution. It's already available and airing on TNT, demonstrating to all young players that they don't have to be content with crumbs anymore. The whole D*M bakery is theirs. Instead of whether the WNBA would face challenges, the issue now is whether it can withstand a danger that it manufactured.